Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing and doing a deck walkthrough of this deck, the Wild Wolf Tarot. It was the second or third deck I ever purchased. And before I get started, just a couple of notes here. I did buy this with my own money, and as such, it wasn't gifted to me. It's not a promo or anything like that. And this is also my own opinion. No one's paying me to say any of this. And then finally, all the pertinent info is going to be down below in the description. So let's get started. This particular deck, I think I found it on one of those like late night Etsy searches. And it really spoke to me because the wolf on the front reminded me a lot of my childhood dog growing up that a lot of people confused for a wolf. Anyway, so what's really neat is just all the detail on the box here. On the back it says, "The call of the wild, the howl of your ancestors, the voices of your soul, all lies within your heart." I think I've had this deck now for I know for sure over a year, but I'm not sure how long. If I figure out later, I'll put it in. But you get this nice little booklet, and then of course the cards underneath. And then what's nice about this one was when I got it, was when you could still get the limited edition, and so it contains an extra card in it. And because the booklet is a first edition, it also includes the little blurb for the extra card. It's kind of funny that on the back it talks about ancestors and the additional card is about ancestors. Most of the time now, whenever I use this deck, it's usually for ancestor stuff. And this is the person that created the deck and all of their contact information. I believe Jessica here is the artist and Brianna was the creator. Don't quote me on that. If I got that wrong, that will be down below as well. Let's see. What's kind of cool is you have the 4 elements depicted on each side of the box. And then the cards, this is the one side of the card, and then of course, that's the other side. So me personally, because I do read reversals, I like it whenever it's not obvious when a card's reversed, but I know some people, they like that because they don't necessarily read reversals, and so this would be an easy way for them to know off the top of their head, oh, okay, I need to flip that, whatever. But I also like how they have the elements woven in here with the, the triangle design, and then you have the, I can never remember what that's called, but the moon symbolism here. And then just for some comparison's sake, and to give you an idea about the size of the cards, it is good size cardstock. I still struggle to shuffle this deck, mainly because I don't use it very often, but it was hard to shuffle it when it was brand new because the cardstock is so thick and the cards do stick together. It has that kind of matte texture and feel and look. Obviously, it's not a shiny card. I'm gonna get another deck out so we can kind of compare and look at just size-wise because I know sometimes on video, it's so hard to see and understand the dimensions and all that good stuff. So this is my classic Rider Waite Smith deck, so you can get an idea of dimensionally. So the cards are about the same size. I'd say these ones are just a little bit taller, longer, however you want to frame it. But because the cardstock on this is a lot thicker than the standard Rider Waite Smith deck, this is overall a thicker deck. If we can actually see here, for comparison's sake. It's almost robust enough that it can just stand up on its own. That's kind of impressive. So give me a second here. I have an idea. So I want you guys to see, because sometimes that can be a sticking point for some people is, you know, can they actually do a bridge shuffle with the deck? So this is just over 1.25 inches. This is about 32, no, not 32, 3.2 centimeters. Oh man. Whereas your standard Rider Waite is just about 1 inch, or 2.5 centimeters. The other plus to these cards being about the same size as the Rider Waite deck is that if you want to, you could also sleeve the cards. I know some people like that ability. But I will caution, sleeving them with the cardstock so thick could make it even more difficult to shuffle, because you're adding additional thickness, and so that deck's gonna get like even thicker. But it, for some people, may make it easier for them to shuffle, because, you know, there is that slipperiness to the sleeve. And this is just their tarot-sized sleeve. And you can find card sleeves at your local board game shop or your local card shop, or on the internet, or wherever you would buy cards. Anyway, kind of going back and forth if we want to go through and flip through and compare between all of them, because the thing with this deck, it's all wolf themed, and the suits are labeled differently than the standard suits. That's something else that I've kind of struggled with this deck, is the way I connect with this deck and other decks. I go off of the what I'm drawn to on the card, and because these are a lot of these cards, as we go through, you'll see they're very minimal, and so it's a lot harder for me to intuit off the card. But I know if I were to use it more, I'd probably be better at it. So it's that thing of like, you get better if you practice, but if you don't practice, then you're gonna keep being not great at it. So, but I also don't pull from this deck very often unless I feel called to. So, because there are other decks that I feel more drawn towards, or just in general feel more connected with. Give me a second here. I feel like the comparison might be helpful. I'm gonna move that there. I just want to see if it's in the same order. No, it's not. I'm gonna reorganize this deck here really quick. to match how that one is organized. Okay, so it's going to start off with our Major Arcana, and then it's going to go I want to say they call it, yeah, Hunters. So that's going to be your Earth, and then its Caretakers is Cups. Leaders is going to be your Wands, and Watchers is going to be your Air. I want to double check that though, that doesn't feel right. Okay, yeah. So in the little booklet here, actually, let me put that back in there now that I think about it. In the little booklet here, not only is it, you know, talking about the meanings of the book, there's a little blurb about the different suits, the Hunters, the Caretakers, the Leaders, the Watchers, and it's all about the different roles in the wolf pack. I believe the person who created the deck spent some time at like a wolf sanctuary, and that influenced some of the creative decisions and meaning behind the different cards here. But what was kind of neat is that in here it has a little breakdown of what the different elements could mean. So Earth's security, survival and work; water, emotion, family and healing; fire, action, leadership, passion; air, thought, communication and logic. And then goes through and talks about how to shuffle, all that stuff. There's some spreads, a bunch of spreads actually, and then it goes Major Arcana, and then the little blip that I have in there for the Ancestor card, and then it goes Hunters, Caretakers, Leaders, and Watchers. Now for the Minor Arcana, it's going to go, of course, your standard Ace through 10, and then I believe instead of your Page, it's going to be a Pup. Instead of your Knight, it's a Pack. Instead of a Queen, it's Beta, and then instead of a King, it's Alpha. And there's a general theme to each card, and then breaks it down for upright and reverse meanings. So anyway, let's get into it. We have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and here you could see that moon imagery that I was talking about before, which is also on the forehead of the wolf. Which, of course, on this, before we get further in, this one is the white wolf. The Empress, or the feminine. The Emperor, the masculine. The Hunt, or the Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot, or the Mountain. Strength. See here, you can see the similarities, and also, you know, what I was talking about earlier about how there's some minimalism to it. The lone wolf or the hermit. Seasons or the wheel of fortune. Justice. The injured or the hanged man. Death. Temperance. The prey or the devil. The storm or the tower. I really like on this one how you have the lightning bolt imagery still present. The star. Fun fact on this one, that is the constellation for the astrological sign Cancer. The moon. The sun. Judgment. The world. And then here is the bonus card, the Black Wolf, which is all about ancestral healing. So this is not a standard 78 card deck, it is a 79 card deck. Okay, now we get to the Minor Arcana, and this is the Pentacles or the Earth suit. This is the Ace of Hunters or the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Hunters or Two of Pentacles. Three of Hunters. Four of Hunters. Five of Hunters. Ooh. Six of Hunters. Seven of Hunters. Eight of Hunters. Nine of Hunters. 10 of Hunters. Pup of Hunters. And I don't know if you've noticed as I was going through all the different cards there so far, is that in whatever suit you're in, there's an overall coloring scheme going on. So of course, like green for Earth. Pack of Hunters. Beta of Hunters. Alpha of Hunters. Now we get to the Caretakers or the Cups. Oh, look at that little guy. And so if you, I think it was this one. Yeah, you can see in the background there's a lot of green. Her eyes are green. This one, since we're dealing with the cups, that's gonna be water. So everything's gonna be blue. The Ace of Caretakers. Two of Caretakers. Three of Caretakers. Four of Caretakers. Five of Caretakers. Six of Caretakers. Seven of Caretakers. Eight of Caretakers. 9 of Caretakers, 10 of Caretakers, Pup of Caretakers, Pack of Caretakers, Beta of Caretakers, Alpha of Caretakers, and now we get to the wands, or the fire element. This is going to be the leaders section of the minor arcana here. So Ace of Leaders. Of course, everything's going to be this kind of burnt orange kind of look about it for the color background. This is the 2 of Leaders, 3 of Leaders, 4 of Leaders, 5 of Leaders. Ooh, hold on. Got a couple of cards that just wanted to get away. 6 of Leaders, 7 of Leaders, 8 of Leaders, 9 of Leaders, 10 of Leaders, Pup of Leaders, Pack of Leaders, Beta of Leaders, Alpha of Leaders. And now we get to the Watchers, which are also the swords or the air element. I think this one is more of a gray, yeah. It's not like that shade of gray, but, well, you'll see as we get through. But anyway, Ace of Watchers, 2 of Watchers, 3 of Watchers. Aw, look at that. 4 of Watchers, 5 of Watchers, 6 of Watchers, 7 of Watchers, 8 of Watchers, 9 of Watchers, 10 of Watchers, Pup of Watchers, Pack of Watchers, Beta of Watchers, and the Alpha of Watchers. I hoped that helped having the Rider Waite Smith alongside that, so you can kind of see that, you know, the cards are similar but different. Like, the general theming is still like Rider Waite Smith, but a lot of there's some symbolism that's there, but then there's some that's definitely more wolf themed. I'm not sure if it would be a great first deck. I almost feel like you need to be familiar with this deck. Or another Rider Waite Smith clone. And then the other thing is that I don't know how much I'll be using this deck on my channel, just because, like, even for my own readings, I don't pull from it very often. but I thought it'd be good to show it and to kind of give an idea of what it's like. I will go ahead and shuffle so you guys can see what what that's like, because like I said, the cardstock's pretty good on here, but me, I'm a really good bridge shuffler, but the fact that I still struggle with shuffling this deck, I feel like should say it all, because I've taught myself how to shuffle a long time ago as a child, and for me to struggle shuffling with the deck, I don't know, it always just kind of throws me off. Anyway. Of course, I still have that, and then it makes it look so easy. That's probably because I'm really focused right now. And also because I've shuffled this deck so much, because before it was like I could barely do a bridge shuffle, and the cards would clump together. But yeah, overall, I really like the deck. It's also, like I said earlier, I feel like if I used it more, I'd probably connect better with it. Oh, that's the other thing that I just thought about, is that sometimes whenever I do my over the hand shuffling like this, a card will flip the other way and it's not immediately obvious. You know, if I were to put that like that, it's not immediately obvious that it's facing up until you kind of get to it. But like I said earlier, it is pretty obvious with the card back, you know, if it's upright or reverse, just based on the coloration as you're seeing here. Which I know not everyone likes, but it is what it is. I feel like that's it. I feel like I've covered all my bases here. I'll link where to get it down below, if it's still available. I don't know if the limited edition is still available with the bonus card or not. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to check out other videos like this, head to the playlist. I also do tarot readings, so if you want to go check out that, that's out there. Otherwise, thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribers, and have a wonderful day.